Hello? Are we here?
Is this thing on?
It's live. Belle's being naughty again. And now my phone's getting loud and funny.
That's weird.
Hi, everybody.
So for those of you who saw our first video that was 3.5 seconds long, it was basically us going, huh? Is this thing on? Because right before we started, it told us that we couldn't do a live video because there was no connection. And Belle's smiling.
Yeah, she is. She loves
I suspect
that.
Miss Belle has something to do with this.
Yeah, she always does something. The one time she turned the camera around on us. I don't remember what she did.
One time she took a selfie.
Yeah, she took a selfie by herself, and this time she just shut down the internet for a few minutes.
And one time she did something else.
She did something else. So.
Yeah, we had. Oh, she turned the camera off. About a couple minutes in, she turned the camera off. Oh, nope, you.
Yeah.
We're trying a new angle so you can see more Belle.
Yeah, everybody wanted to see Belle's up close. I even got a message on that today. So now she is front and center.
Exactly.
We are her sidekicks to the back.
Exactly. We're always her sidekicks because Living with the Dead is all about Belle and about her being fabulous.
And in case you are wondering who we are, hi, this is Belle, the 103-year-old haunted doll. I am Patti Negri.
And I'm Sheena Metal, and we are Living with the Dead. And we're at wearelivingwiththedead.com. So go there and you can join our fabulous page and see all of our videos. And this is video number 5.
Yes, wow.
Wow, we've done 5.
Time flies.
We've arrived with 5.
Yes, and for you've seen a few of my little posts. We were waiting because Sheena just got off work. And Belle has gone through the gamut of emotions doing it. She was so excited to see Belle. It's to see Sheena, and it's so funny because Sheena said that right when she goes, Belle connected me, and I'm like,
she did. Yeah. Belle yelled at me at about 4:30. I was on my way to go work at LA Talk Radio. I do 2 shows on Monday night, and I heard her say, "I get to see you tonight." And then it was sort of like excited and also like, I get to see you tonight, right? Like you're coming.
Like,
because Belle, look at her now. Look at her face. Yeah. Yeah. Don't flake on Belle.
Don't flake on Belle. And I explained LA traffic. Sheena's working. She will get here.
I don't care. She better be here. I don't care.
You know, she's a kid. I'm
103 years old.
But she's a kid.
I wait for no one.
Yeah. But any of you who feel her or sense the change of her emotions.
Isn't she beautiful?
Isn't she gorgeous? And she looks just like Sheena.
Oh, if she had her pink dress on tonight, we would have matched. I wore my pink.
would have.
I know you don't like pink baby dresses, but Aunt Sheena's wearing one.
But she likes her pink dress. She likes her pink party dress. She doesn't like the original blue baby dress.
Okay.
But anyway, those of you who have not met Belle, this is Belle. She was sent to me by the beautiful Chelsea Elizabeth in Belgium because...
Hi, Chelsea.
Hi, Chelsea. It's probably in the middle of the night.
Yeah, but we're saying hi because she'll watch tomorrow.
But Belle, there was a dark spirit in Belle, and it just made her sick, her little girl sick. She tried for years and couldn't do it. She knew that I had a doll thing from seeing me on Ghost Adventures and knowing I'm a doll collector. And she goes, here, you take her. And we got the dark spirit out immediately. Yeah. Actually, my other friend... Shauna wouldn't leave the house until we got the dark spirit out. And lo and behold, there's this beautiful little girl spirit that's inside of her.
Who had to be tamed a little bit because she was a little unhappy at the beginning.
Yes, yes.
She would drain your energy, make you feel funky in your heart. And I don't think she meant to. I think she just had a lot of upset and rage and confusion from what happened to her in her living life. And mostly I think she didn't know that she was dead or why she'd been abandoned or what happened after she got sick, and I think she just was a little skitzed out. But Patty's been loving on her a lot, and I love on her when I see her. Yes. And so now she's much happier. And she loves attention. And
you notice her face she's getting happier as we talk about her. She loves to be talked about.
Yes.
And as you can see, she's porcelain. This is porcelain. She is 103 years old. But you can see the changes in her expression. I have her in my living room. People come through my house all the time. And the porcelain can't literally change. Everybody could tell her exact mood. Yeah. And everybody's together. 5 people will walk through and say, she's happy, she's happy, she's happy, and not talk to each other. Then 5 people will walk through, oh, she's not happy, she's not happy. So you can
tell when she's not happy.
Changes in her expression without the porcelain moving. What does move on occasion, and you guys can catch that here, is her eyes do move. Mm-hmm. That is a Belle thing.
And sometimes her little hand reaches out and grabs me.
Yeah, she likes to touch Sheena. She really likes to touch Sheena and her teddy bears.
She's my friend.
Yeah.
I love this girl. I think about her all the time. I send her love all the time. She's so magic. And I have a feeling that she's going to become a very important part of both of our spiritual work. There's a reason why she's here. Patty's reading comments.
I'm reading comments. I know, I'm reading comments. She said, bring them on camera. She is on camera. Do you want her closer on camera? How can we even get her closer on camera?
Look at that. Now she's really on camera. Hi, everybody.
She
I'm
likes
Belle,
that.
and I'm a haunted doll, and I love it when it's all about me. Welcome to the Belle Show.
Now, is that making her happy or what?
Look at that. Here we are in the background. It's like, pay no attention to the woman behind the curtain. Here's your baby.
We'll bring her in better.
babies.
Actually, she's her two babies. She doesn't hardly let go of her two bears. One of them is an EMF bear, but I don't even have it turned on right now because we don't need it.
I'm an EMF bear.
So one of the things that we do with We Are Living with the Dead.
We are.
Because there's so much paranormal stuff. There's so much ghost activity now. It is. The veil is getting thinner. And the stuff that gets the press, just like the real news, is the bad stuff.
Yeah.
The bad
all the
hauntings,
negativity.
the bad ghosts.
Right. And there's a lot of that. We're not saying that there's not that there aren't objects that are possessed that are scary, that there aren't haunted houses that are terrible. I grew up in a house like that, so I know all about that. But what doesn't get any credit, like Patty was saying, right, is the good spirits.
Yeah. So Belle's a good spirit. She brings joy to my life. She brings joy to Sheena. She likes to go to parties.
Joy to my life. She loves parties.
Yeah, she does. And she will glamour herself as a real child. Like when Sheena has talked on others that she thought somebody was holding a real baby.
I thought Patty was holding a real baby.
When she came
I thought, oh my God, did Patty get a baby?
Yeah, I got it.
Happy birthday, here's a baby.
I got a baby.
Someone brought her a baby.
Very old baby.
And then it took me a while to realize that she was a doll. I thought she was a child. And I still think of her as a child. When I see her in my mind's eye, I see a child. I don't never see a doll.
This is just her little thing, and we're seeing her little vessel, but really there's a beautiful little child here. So we want to know, we could kind of see your comments and things.
Yeah.
We do want to know, do any of you live with spirits, whether they're embodying an object, a doll, a haunted picture, a haunted cat statue, a haunted anything? Any of that actually
I want a haunted cat statue.
I know.
Where do you get that?
I
have a lot of cat statues, but none of them are haunted.
Well, you can always invite in a spirit. That's like you
Here goes Patty.
You can invite in a spirit to something. That's what in traditional British witchcraft, all the skulls around, that's actually where you put familiar. You don't put your familiar in your cat because cats are cats.
Yep.
Really, do ritual with me. No. So you put it in a skull because it has eyes and a face. So cats statues have eyes and faces too. So they're the best thing. So if you really want a haunted cat statue, we can create that for you, Sheena.
Do I want a haunted cat statue, or should I just leave well enough alone?
Maybe we'll leave it. But do any of you have something, a spirit, whether embodied in an object or just living in your house, that isn't a bad spirit and you like living with them?
You know, my friend Brian Darling is posting on here. Everybody read his post. He has a haunted microwave.
He does.
It has something to do with, Brian, tell the story in a post. It has something to do with the death of a friend. I don't know if he got the microwave from a friend or what the story is, but yeah, he most definitely has a microwave that's haunted.
Yeah.
And sometimes it unnaturally cooks and fries things, I think, for no reason, and it's craziness. So yeah, haunted microwave. I don't know that I've ever had I'm sure I've had haunted objects, but I don't know if I've ever had anything haunted the way Belle is.
Yeah. I've not had anything quite haunted the way. I have a spirit who lives in my house, another spirit, Adrian. She owned the house before I did, and she moves around, but she's never embodied a thing such as this.
No, I have a lot. She just called you a thing. Mommy called you a thing.
I don't mean that. Sorry, don't hit me.
Somebody's in trouble. Aunt Sheena would never call you a thing.
Now she's laughing.
I've lived in haunted houses, and I've had a lot of spirits in houses, but I don't know that I've ever had a haunted thing. Or maybe I did, and I just didn't know.
Really?
That it was haunted. Maybe I just thought I didn't understand the spirit sometimes lived in the thing. I'm sure there's I'll tell you a story of two haunted things. So, my grandmother, around the turn of the last century, went to Hawaii, and she got this, I'll have to take a picture of it and put it up on our page. It's carved out of koa wood, and it sort of looks like a woman or a man, and then it comes down to a piece of driftwood, then it comes up to the carving, and it always sat in the table inside of, right in the front door where my mom put her keys. It was always there. And then one day, I've been out of the house maybe 5 or 6 years, and she said, "Do you want that thing Grandma brought back from Hawaii?" And I said, "Yeah, because I love koa wood." And she's like, "Yeah, I can't have it here anymore." And I said, "Why?" And she's like, "I don't know. I used to like its energy, and either its energy has changed or I've changed. I just don't want it in the house anymore. And I said, well, I'll take it. She's like, And I don't notice that it definitely has, when you see it, it definitely feels very charged, but I don't feel like it's ruining the mojo of my house. And then, so I'm thrilled to have that. She didn't really know she wanted me to take it. She's like, well, I wasn't going to offer it to you. I was just going to get rid of it. And I'm like, really? So then my grandparents met when they were both ambulance drivers in the European theater in World War I for the Red Cross. And they had these shells that they picked up off the battlefield, these copper shells. They were big, they were like this big. And my mom had a whole set of them. And when I got into my big copper phase 5 or 6 years ago, I said, do you still have those shells? I would love them. And she's like, oh, honey, I got rid of those at a garage sale. And I said, really? She's like, oh, you didn't want them. They felt like a battlefield. So apparently that was in my house, feeling like a battlefield for a great amount of time. And so I guess I did have some haunted stuff in the house when I was growing up.
And just know that you really can get rid. What does it go live with Brian, darling? I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means. We love you, Brian, but we don't know what that means.
We don't know what that means. But he did admit to the haunted thing. And somebody just you can get rid of a spirit in a haunted thing if you don't like it, or if it is negative, or it causes chaos. Yeah. So that's an easy one. We could save that for another time. Yeah. Just command it to leave.
Patty will come over and clean your haunted kitchen appliances.
Yeah. Out, microwave, out. No more bad popcorn. Kernels left over.
I wonder why I don't have more haunted things. I mean, there certainly are some old things in my house. I love old things.
I noticed energy. Again, something can hold an energy, almost like a scent. That doesn't mean it has a full spirit of a haunting. Sure. Like when I walk in, being sensitive, and you're sensitive as I am. But when I walk in an antique store, it's... But it's overload. It's overload. Yeah. It's like, wow, you just feel the energy, the people, the good, the bad, the indifferent, and everything.
Or a thrift store.
Even more so. A thrift store sometimes, and antique stores.
Thrift stores feel like death and unhappiness to me.
Well, because a lot of stuff.
Whether they're the fancy ones or it's Goodwill, no matter what it is, I walk in and I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna tough through this, but I don't feel good.
That's why you put a little mirror protection on yourself.
Well, now I know how to do that. It's been a while since I've been in a thrift store. I'll have to try that.
I love thrift stores. And go
there aren't enough mirrors in the world, folks. I feel like I'm always putting mirrors on me, and just more things keep coming up.
Somebody just wrote about a Ouija board. It didn't work. Well, a Ouija board is just a portal. I use Ouija boards. I'm not against Ouija boards. I've used them on a lot of television. Sure. I have the most fabulous ones from a beautiful guy named Dan Coda. But you are creating a portal. So don't use it with respect. Know who you're going to call if you get into trouble with it. Know whatever your wards or guardians are. If you work in traditional religious ways, if you work with angels, if you work with fairies, if you work with the elements, have your way in, have your way out. But somebody wrote there, what if it doesn't work? It doesn't work. Sometimes it just doesn't. We could sit here and call in the spirits and they don't come. You don't come when somebody calls you all the time. Sure. That's it. Doesn't mean anything about you or about the spirits.
I'm funky. I don't want one. I almost bought a box. I collect wood boxes. And I almost bought a box the other night that had a Ouija board on it. And I thought, I don't want a Ouija board in my house. I think it's because I have a little PTSD from that horrible haunted house I lived in as a kid. And, the Ouija board that our family had disappeared.
Really?
It was in the house, and my mom kept it because she knew how to get rid of it. Like a lot of kids in the 70s, she bought me the Hasbro Ouija board.
Oh, yeah.
We all had it in our house.
And
we played with it. When I was in second grade, I was at a friend's house using their Ouija board, and this really scary thing happened. We basically were talking to the spirit, the 3 kids that lived in that house and me, and the parents were gone, and the phone rang, and the spirit from the Ouija board called us. And it completely freaked us out. And then that was it. I didn't want to play with the Ouija board anymore. But I think my mom didn't know how to get rid of it or why to get rid of it. So one of my big things when I was cleaning out her house after she died last year was, oh my God, what am I going to do with the friggin' Ouija board? And I thought, I'm going to have to call Patty up and say, I got a Ouija board and I don't know what to do with the Ouija board. And then I opened up very trepidatiously, picked a day when I was going to unload all the game drawer. We all had the game cabinet as kids. Yeah. And I went through the entire game cabinet and it was gone.
Wow, there you go.
It just took itself away.
It just took itself, so you didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, just took itself away, so I didn't have to worry about it. So I don't really... Part of me wants a Ouija board, part of me doesn't want a Ouija board, and here's how I feel about it.
Wait, hold her.
I feel like maybe if somebody gifted one to me, I would have one. But that I'm not meant to have one that I buy.
To buy your own. I was just gifted the most amazing one.
That
you can't
is very
really see
special.
this. That is Dan Kodak.
Okay, you put it in front. I'll pull Belle back.
Okay,
Put it right there.
That is. That's a regular Ouija board.
Put it right in front of Belle.
On the back side, it's a chalkboard. On the inside, you guys can't see this at all. I'm not good at this. This inside, it's a box that's got the planchette that you could put a chalk in for the thing, eraser. Anyway, you guys can't really see this, so I won't show it. It's the most amazing thing I have ever used.
It's really special. Yes.
I have literally been using Ouija boards since I was a kid. I have the original Hasbro, whatever
I don't know.
it is.
I would have given you mine, but I don't know where it went. Yeah. But maybe you shouldn't have had it because it lived in that horrible haunted house with us. So maybe it had some, funky hoodoo on it that maybe you didn't want. I'm sitting you up, Belle.
Yes,
we're getting just the right angle. Mommy does this so much better than Aunt Sheena does.
There we go. Hello.
So I would have one if someone would give one to me, but I don't feel like I should purchase mine. Yes, if somebody, but I don't want one with scary spirits. It has to be somebody that knows it doesn't have scary spirits.
And now they're actually making them that look very, like angel cards aren't as scary as tarot cards, and they're making different oracle cards. Right. I've seen Ouija boards that are not Ouija boards. They're different forms of spirit boards that have like angelic things. So maybe something like that. Because again, the connotation that they have, just because they've got such a bad rap. And again, they are. To me, I don't know this gun stuff. I am not for guns. But a Ouija board is like a gun. You have to know how to use it.
Ouija boards don't kill people.
You have to.
Spirits kill people.
Spirits, exactly.
So watch your ass. We're just saying.
We're just saying.
But not the kind of spirits we celebrate here. No. But still. I had Dan McBain on my show, a.k.a. Dan Coda, and he from McBain's, and he brought me a chicken bone scrying set that he's just made. That's his newest thing.
Nice.
So I would never have gone out and bought chicken bones, and I'm going to paint some chicken bones, but they were a gift from him. So I think because he's safe, and I love the intention in him making them, I feel safe to use them. I've never even bought a tarot deck. All my tarot decks have been gifted to me. Yeah. I just like sometimes the energy that comes with somebody gifting you something with certain things that I don't want to stick my nose in. It's a growing up in a haunted house thing. I think all of us that grew up in scary haunted houses, we have places we'll go and places we won't go.
It's interesting that you grew up. I mean, I grew up seeing spirits since I was a little kid. You obviously didn't in a scary haunted house. It's good you didn't turn all this off to get away from the scary stuff.
There was no turning it off in that house. I mean, I don't even know that I could have turned it off if I'd wanted to turn it off because, you would see people, things would you'd walk in the kitchen and the cabinets would open up and just a can of corn would just go boo and fly by you and you'd hear just mind your own business and all of a sudden it's all well and good till somebody goes and scratching behind the walls and footsteps up over your head when all of us were downstairs. I mean, it was just crazy upon crazy upon crazy. Yeah. So I will only dabble into things that bring spirits into your life if it's with somebody I trust. So right now, today on our show, and that could always change, I have not done a spirit session without Patti, and I've only done one not at Patti's, and it was with a friend of ours, and Patti was there. So, and now I feel safe with him. I would do one with him. But that was a seance. It wasn't just scratch your face, Sheena. That was a seance. It wasn't a spirit board session.
Yeah, so now it's learning to do it. Again, learning your cosmology, your
safe
roadmap,
boundaries.
Your safe boundaries. Know at least somebody in the group knows what they're doing and knows how to see and knows how to control. I mean, she knows how to see, but knowing how that next level. And whoever just said, would I do something? Yes, I will, but I can't read it. Private message me about their paranormal group.
Oh, would you do a live video chat on our Facebook group page? Sometimes I can something you about if you like. Yeah. I say I'm paranormal.
Yeah, whatever it is, do it. Tell us what it is.
And if you want us to come and do it, we'll do it. And if you know any great cool paranormal radio shows, we'll do them. And if you know people with some cool paranormal TV shows to Skype into, we'll do them. The answer is yes.
Yes, we'll do them.
Yes.
The three of us.
We're into it. Yay! As a matter of fact, we were on the Belle and Sheena show. Belle Salisbury is the editor of Belle Esprit magazine. I don't know if that's up yet, but it will be. But that was our first radio interview, the three of us, and it was 2 hours. It was so much fun. We had a blast.
Yes, it was.
So listen to that. That was a lot of fun. And I've got some more lined up. Some more folks are interested in doing things with us. And We're just trying to get Belle out there because she's so special.
And does she not look happier all
how
of a
happy
sudden?
she is.
She is.
She's a super
You
healer.
guys have
I
got to
believe
see
so
that.
much in her.
Has anybody seen her eyes moved yet today? I don't know. She's loving that she's front and center. Speaking of haunted houses and movies, I just have to go there, Zach Bagans' new film, since I do the ghost division.
Please, yeah.
Oh my God, The Demon House. It really is a good documentary.
Oh.
All the hype, because it took 3 years to come out. It is
Wow.
really a kind of a cursed thing. And
Wow.
I am so grateful for everything he has brought me into and all the kind of
So
crazy
awesome.
haunted houses. I am more grateful he never brought me into that.
Oh.
Dr. Barry Taft was
Oh.
his organs shut down. Zach, that's why he wears the glasses now. It's really scary. So if you like this
Yeah.
sort of thing, which you guys are watching this, you obviously do. Again, that's the not good side of spirits.
Yeah.
But Zach Bagans' new documentary, The Demon House, is really well done. I was really pleasantly surprised. It's heavy. It's informative, but I saw it last night.
It's wonder.
It's playing here in Hollywood. So.
Dr. Barry Taft is great. He's on my
he
show.
is.
I love him.
Yeah, he is great. But after going to that house, his organs all started shutting down.
Oh.
Hospital and still having health problems.
Now, where in the world is that house? Where in
the house
country?
is now torn down. It's in Gary, Indiana.
Okay. Oh, Gary, Indiana has such heavy oppressive energy.
Yes.
Have you ever been there?
No, I haven't. But on TV, it looked, or on the screen, it looked. They were there in the dead of winter, and it was really cold.
I remember-
It was a poor, depressed area.
Yeah. Well, that's Gary, Indiana. I remember when I was a kid, before I knew anything about my mom's gifts or anything about mine, we were driving through the Midwest. We lived in Chicago at the time. My dad had been transferred there. And she said, honey, I'm going to show you a city with the worst energy. It's called Gary, Indiana. And I thought, what? And I only knew Gary, Indiana from the Music Man song.
Gary,
Because, Mom was a musical nut. So we go to Gary, and all of a sudden, because this was before there was any pollution regulations, all of a sudden the air got like a pinky gray color, and there were all these smokestacks, and the energy got super oppressive. And I'm like, what is going on? And she's like, that's Gary.
Wow.
So I just think there's a lot of just heavy energy there. And for people that live there, I hope they're surviving the heavy energy okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's way cleaned up now. This was in the 70s. But still, sometimes the energy of the oppressiveness stays.
It does stay. Just like I have the dearest of friends now, practically family in Butte, Montana.
Oh,
and
it's another place.
And
yeah.
they brought me out there to see why it is like the suicide capital of the U.S. And the second I got off the plane, I knew it was energy. Everything, the vibration is so high. Between the copper and all the mining that's in the mountains, which is a conduit, and then all the mining that's been done, and the toxins and the pollutants and the oppression and the depression, it's
a lot.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
So kudos to those people who could make that work for themselves. That's a tough thing.
And all the Native American energy, it's very heavy in Montana.
Yeah.
And natives have not been treated well in Montana, and you can feel that energy. I mean, natives were not treated well anywhere.
Right.
But I think in Montana, there's a lot more current oppression there. There's a lot of reservations, and they're not like the California reservations.
With a casino in the middle.
Yeah, they don't have a super swanky casino. And yeah, exactly.
Which is too bad, because go for it.
I think one day the Native Americans in California are going to be like, okay, we bought all your land. Now give it to us.
Right.
But that's a situation where people have taken something bad and made something thriving out of it. In Montana, I think they're still trying to figure it out. And there's just not a high. There's a crop of like super wealthy people in Montana, but a lot of folks are struggling. And Butte, is a town where the mine went away. So
yeah, mine went away.
That's hard.
And there's still like 10,000 miles worth of tunnels underneath the city. Almost every house a mile down has tunnels. And then they started pit mining. And then when they closed that down, all the toxins filled it up. And it's just a big poison pit. If a bird lands in it, it dies. Period. End of story. And that would be tough to have in your backyard, literally.
Yeah, literally, and under your house.
Yeah.
That energy. So what did you do when you were there?
I love these people though. They are spirit of pure. The highs are high with that high iteration.
Yeah.
The good is really good. The bad is really good. They threw me in this beautiful tour tram bus to go feel what the city is. I worked with people individually and in groups. We went to places. I cleared places. I would walk into something that was it looks like an old Western town. It's beautiful. Old Victorian houses. I cleared an old Victorian house that one of their main newscasters there. So it's all on TV. We recorded the whole thing. But I was telling what was there. I was giving names of stuff. And again, they're certainly progressing. There was this church, a beautiful old church, that everybody saw a body hanging from the steeple. Not literally, but the spirit.
Right.
I don't even think any body was hung there, but people wanted to like lynch somebody. Something bad happened, and how they reacted wasn't good. So it created almost the spirit of a hanged person there. We cleared it. I felt like practical magic. I had all these ladies, town people from the ladies with grabbing brooms, and we cleared it out. And we
The
turned
Witches
it,
of Butte.
The Witches of Butte, and we helped turn it into. It's the new LGBT center of
Yay!
Butte, Montana. Yes, from an old church with dead people hanging.
Right, to a happy place for
happy
gays.
place,
and there aren't a lot of places like that in Montana, so that's very special.
It was a high point. So that's what I did there. Hopefully I'm going to be going back soon.
I have friends there I'm supposed to go visit. Maybe we can be there at the same
I
time.
would love that.
That would be fun. We're coming to your city.
Whoa.
We are livingwiththedead.com. Somebody was just put something up about crystals. And what about crystals to contact spirits?
Crystals are great.
Crystals are great.
For
your energy.
Yeah, you can. There is certain crystals. If I turn the camera around, which I'm not going to
my
do,
nose again.
there's
Sorry.
a great big barrel of crystals that I have crystals all over right on my dining room table, where I do work with people every day.
Yeah,
in my
they're
dining room.
beautiful.
They're beautiful, and crystals they're conduits. They're different crystals have different properties, like to pull out negativity. Get yourself a black tourmaline, and there's rose quartz for love and amethyst. You can learn all about it, but what they are is little generators and conduits. Some stones help open the veil. Some stones help protection along the way.
Yes.
So basically, they're like battery pads. Every crystal itself.
I have a ton of crystals. I believe
has a spirit.
No crystal is bad.
No crystal is bad. No crystal is bad. But
Here, I'll hold them.
They're
You play
mineral.
with your crystal.
They're mineral kingdom. They have the spirit of their own, just like trees all have spirits, rocks have spirits, everything's thrown around the room. But crystals are the same. And certain crystals, like this isn't a Lemurian, they hold information almost like a computer in them. It's crazy.
There's a crystal in every one of your phones, your cell phones. Your smartphones all have a crystal in them.
And even before we were born, watches, they had crystals in watches.
Yeah.
That's how they
Crystals
move
power
energy.
your iPhone.
Yeah.
Crystals are mad. I use crystals for everything. I have crystals everywhere. My mom was a rock nut before we even ever heard the word crystal. I am a crystal fan since I was born, and now I've inherited all of Mom's crystals, and also rocks, just the energy of rocks in general. They don't have to be crystals. So I use them in everything I do at all times.
Yeah, I do too. I have them. I usually have a bunch in my bra.
Yep, I keep them in my
yes,
bra
I'm
too.
big breasted, but it's not all boobs. There's
I
rocks
do have
in
rocks
there.
in my bra and in my head, I think sometimes. But they exemplify the power of something.
Yeah.
So you have to know that if you're holding a crystal while you do something, the intention is that much stronger, and just know what you're dealing with.
And you could charge them and empower them with things to help you do things, almost like you would a computer. And plain rocks, like Sheena was just saying, actually do work. I do enough to be dangerous. I studied Peruvian shamanism for about a year.
That's cool.
You don't need crystals. They use rocks,
Sure.
plain old garden rocks, and you cleanse with it. You do it.
Absolutely.
And it rocks. It's nature. It's Mother Nature. It's that spirit.
Yeah, absolutely. When I have when I would go someplace, because my mom didn't like travel, because she was very phobic about travel. So when I would go someplace new, she would say, just grab me a rock off the road. And I would bring her home all these rocks from different places. So now I just do that naturally. I grab rocks off the road. And I always buy a crystal somewhere when I'm somewhere new. Like I was just in Key West, Florida. I always buy a crystal, but then I always just grab a rock off the road too.
Yeah, I do that a little bit too.
The both sides of the trip, yeah. Do you have a rock from Butte?
I don't think I have a rock from Butte.
Uh-oh.
I should have.
Well, now we got to go back to Butte.
We're going back to Butte.
We're going to call the Butte people and say, can you send us a rock from Butte?
But I got a really cool Ouija board from Butte.
I have a rock from Billings, but not a rock from Butte.
Yeah.
You got a Ouija board?
A Ouija board, yes. At this
Everyone
little
gives
shop.
you a Ouija board.
Everybody does. Really, I was filming. I filmed a music video, and within it, I think we weren't doing a Ouija board. I was doing a tarot reading on this, the storytelling music video. And all of a sudden, it was like a month or two later, this guy that I hardly remembered was knocking on my door. I'm like, hello? He goes, hi. I'm hi? He's like, I have this, and I don't want it, and I thought you would want it. And it's the coolest. It's on plywood. It's a Ouija board from 1921.
Oh my God, that's awesome. box.
It's gorgeous, and he wouldn't even tell me where he got it or the history of it, and I don't need to know it anyway. It's got a little witch on it. It says 1921. It's got what looks like a swastika, though it's reverse on it. Well before it was a Nazi Germany thing.
Sure,
it's an old symbol.
Is it an old Muslim thing?
It's Pennsylvania Dutch have it on a bunch of their things. It's I can't remember which Norwegian, I don't know. I'm
knew it was
talking
an old
out of my
something.
head.
Sure.
It's an old something, and it's a positive movement.
Yeah.
Rune of sorts. So, until it got tainted, obviously. And again, that's why haunted dolls get tainted. And we were trying to think of a different word for haunted doll, like a spirited doll or an enchanted doll.
No,
enchanted.
She's not haunted. She's just spirited.
She's enchanted. Do you have an enchanted object? Sounds a little nicer.
She's haunted.
She's haunted.
Okay, she's enchanted, and I like to hashtag child apparition.
Yes.
Because I think of her as a child apparition. I think more of what's inside of Belle than I do actually of Belle herself. Because, scratching my eye again. Way to go, Sheens. I'm not always now my face. Why is my face so itchy? How come you never scratch your face? Because you're a camera professional. I always think more of the child that's inside of her than I think of actually the doll itself. So I think of her more being a child. But while we're finishing up our talk about crystals, so I said my funky thing about how I like to be gifted Ouija boards and tarot cards. But I'll take a crystal from anybody. I'll buy a crystal, find a crystal, take a crystal. So when you're picking out the crystals, Patti, that go here in your special place where you work, do they have to be the right ones? Are you ever like, nah, this one's not for me?
No, I embrace them, and I put them in the pile to get to know the other ones, and then they teach them whatever they need to know. I do that too. The only weird thing I have about crystals is a citrine, because there's a story to it. Don't ever gift somebody a citrine, because they won't be your friend anymore. If you have an enemy that you want to get rid of, give them a citrine.
Is that why I don't have any friends?
Did somebody give you a citrine?
Because I give everybody a citrine?
I guess
I don't think I've ever been given a citrine. Oh, I have been given a citrine.
It's like a yellow stone.
I got one once in a pack with a bunch of other rocks that somebody gave me.
Are they your friend?
No.
Hey. It's a thing about citrines. If you actually find a lovely citrine, it's kind of like knives to me. And it's like, oh, you really have to have the citrine, but give me a penny for it. Then you're buying the citrine. I do the same thing with knives. I don't think you should give anybody a knife.
I don't think anybody's ever given me a knife. People give you knives?
Well, like what? Even wedding presents. Here's a set of knives. I make them give you a penny.
Oh.
Because you have to buy it. Don't
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
My
weird.
friend has a thing about how you never should return a container empty. So like if somebody gives you something in a Tupperware dish and you return the dish, you should always put something in the dish even if it's a penny.
I love that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't know that. I've never heard that, but what a great thing.
Yeah, I've never heard that before, but when I returned her dish, I filled it up with chocolates.
Ooh.
Belle likes that story because Belle
Yes,
likes
she
chocolates.
does. Yes, she does.
Belle likes candy a lot.
A lot.
Okay, so you're not weird about whose crystals play with whose or who gives you
No,
a
I let
crystal.
people touch my crystals. I let people touch
I
Belle.
do too.
I let people touch.
Oh, Belle likes to be touched, so.
But see, my house is also very warded. I've got witches bottles. I've got
awesome
guardians.
here.
So no one's going past the threshold who shouldn't.
Yeah.
They just aren't going to be able to get in energetically. So anybody who makes it through the door is fine.
Oh, okay. Has anybody ever not made it through the door?
Well, they haven't got stuck outside going, wait, I can't get in. That would be kind of cool, really,
But there's
like
that,
an
there's
invisible
that spirit that goes out there sometimes that we see,
but
and
they
it
don't
just
get
sits
in,
out there
do
and
they?
scratches
But
on the
they don't
window,
get
and it never comes in.
Yeah, it never comes in.
That's why I don't trust it.
It's warded. Nothing is really going to get, who knows, some big alien might come down and land, but no, this house is very warded.
Yeah. It always feels safe here. That's why I trust, and you're safe. That's why I trust doing spirit boards with you and Ouija and whatever we're doing, because I trust you.
Thank you.
But I don't think we should mess with places that don't feel safe. If something doesn't feel safe, it's probably not safe.
Trust your intuition on that. Something feels a little off, it probably is a little off.
Right. And if you like the spirit inside of something, whether it's an object or it's just a spirit that follows you around, or you've seen a spirit and you feel good about it and you feel like you want to keep it in your life, and it seems like positive things are happening in your life since it turned up, then by all means keep it in your life. We're not believers that all spirits have to go.
Not at all. Even though there are tricksters out there, so
Sure.
somebody going, "I'm your mama," you're going, "I don't really think you're my mama."
Is that who's been talking to me since March 11th, 2016?
Yeah, no.
A trickster faker?
A trickster? No. You could really kind of tell.
Yeah, well,
You know,
that's why I
trust
said things in your life are going well, because when a trickster's talking to you, they're telling you they love you and everything's great, but your whole world's going to hell.
Right. No, keep going. No, do this again.
Everything's
Go keep
fine.
going.
No. I'm
Get
sorry
calm.
your hair's falling out, but everything's fine.
Yeah. See, that's what happened. What was in
I
Belle,
know.
but not anymore. Easy to get rid of. Out, damn spot.
So what do you
Out.
think was in Belle? Have we talked about this?
We have never talked about it.
Okay,
and
let's talk about it.
Okay, let's talk about it. And it's so funny because I'm intrigued with it. I work only in light, but I am intrigued by the dark stuff. That's why it's fun where Zach sends me into really dark, scary places.
I am intrigued as well. I
what
only
is
work
this?
in light, but I do like to know what the dark's doing.
Yeah.
I think we need to know.
Yeah. So anyway, when we opened her up, it was this slow 40-minute process, and we did it right on Facebook. And there was draining, and you felt the dark, and you felt the this and that. I really didn't get to know it though. And then again, Shauna was leaving. We ended the Facebook. She goes, "I'm not leaving until we get it out," and we banished this big thing. But I don't think it wasn't a human spirit. It wasn't like just a cranky person. I've met cranky ghosts before. It wasn't just a.
She gets sad when we talk about this. She didn't
you
like
see
that
her
thing
get
was in
sad?
there. You see her whole
Face
color of
change.
her face change. She does not like that thing was in there.
Yeah.
So was it just like a big
I think it was
interdimensional,
a big
or earth spirit or
interdimensional
something?
thing, or not even an earth spirit. It seemed more otherworldly. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know to go as far as demonic. I think there's something in between
Sure.
whatever and demonic. Though it could have been demonic.
Yeah.
You know,
Could have just been dark.
could have just been
Not
dark.
everything's a demon.
Not everything.
I hate to tell you all you in paranormal groups this. Not
I know.
everything's a demon.
It's a demon. No, it's
not
not.
always
It's
a
my
demon.
cat walking by.
Exactly.
It's really.
You need to get your dryer fixed. It's not a demon. It's not always a demon.
And
But sometimes it is a demon.
Sometimes.
So we're not saying that it's not a demon, because sometimes it's a demon. But
yeah,
usually it's not a
demons
demon.
exist, but usually it's not a demon. Even when I had somebody burst into flames at that Marilyn Manson house thing, it wasn't a demon that did it. It was a cranky ghost.
yeah, and that can happen.
That can
and
happen.
angry people can turn to angry spirits sometimes.
Yeah, they do.
Somebody just asked about Belle's hair. It's not human hair. And Patty, you think maybe it's her replacement hair, right?
It's her replacement hair. She put a glamour. A glamour is like, she put on a glamour to be real when she met Sheena, so Sheena thought it was real.
I still think she's real.
When
Belle,
we-
aren't you
and
real?
she still is real. And when
You're real to me, kid.
Shauna and I opened her up, we're like, this is real hair. This is real hair. It's got to be real. I don't know if it's 100. She was good condition.
It does feel like real hair.
It feels
but-
like real hair, but afterwards, we go, this isn't real hair. It's
No.
like made in Japan hair.
Yeah.
But she puts a glamour. She likes her hair. There is energy in her hair. Those of
Yeah.
you who felt spirits and stuff, because hair does hold that.
Yes.
Our hair, this is our crown. There's a lot of power in hair. Like if you're into witchcraft, bad witchcraft, good witchcraft, get somebody's hair, get somebody's nails. It's part of who you are. But so there is a lot of energy in her hair, but it's not real hair.
I think it was at one point.
At one point, she probably had
And
real
they
hair.
probably redid it.
Because she
the
would
hair
not
didn't
be that
last.
real pretty bald.
And we say this every time, but now's a good time to say that we think she's a Victorian mourning doll, which means that there probably is hair, skin, nails, maybe blood from who she was as a person on the earth, as a little girl, probably either inside of her or when she was made, the composite she's made out of, part of the composite was they threw that stuff in. And the idea was because in the Victorian era, they were really obsessed with spirits and dead people and loved ones. Hence, people would put up pictures of their loved ones dead on the walls. So they believed that when someone died, that you should carry them with you everywhere. And part of that was to put them into a doll. So when you missed your child, parent, spouse, whatever it was that died, you could pick the doll up and carry it around. You would feel like they were still with you. I mean, it's a sweet idea, but it's also, now that we know what we know about spirits, it could be a little,
right.
now that we know.
Right. Though I'm carrying my mother right here, so it's in a sense the same. It's not in a doll, but
Yeah.
I've got my mom's ashes right here.
Oh, guess what someone just said? There is a spirit behind the door behind y'all. So there's our spirit that comes
Is
in.
it a good one or a not good one?
I think it's the one I was talking about.
The dark
the
one.
tree thing.
Oh,
I
the
don't know
tree
that it's
thing.
dark. It's just weird.
It's just weird.
Yeah, it's not dark. It just sort of feels like a spun out tree branch from hell.
This is a very old area. I live in the Hollywood Hills, and it's hard charged. There's a big energy vortex, and I think that's why Hollywood is where it is, because there's like these belly buttons of energy. It drew in the dreamers, the writers, the actors, and musicians, the spiritual. We have a Catholic nunnery, we have the Vedanta temple, we have Theosophy. It just draws in the more right brain, the creative. And that makes things more active, just like the places in the world we were talking about. From Gary, Indiana to Butte. It's a good energy here, but it is a powerful one here.
Well, you have the Hollywood Tower so close. You have the Hollywood sign where so many emotional things have happened so close. Yeah. You've got the Scientology Hotel so close. That's a lot of energy happening. You're not far from the Hollywood Bowl. I mean, all these things are things that trap a lot of energy. Yeah,
and they've had a lot of life force. Because life force just...
The Besant Lodge.
Yeah.
Another thing with a huge history is really close.
So... Anyway, let us know what you want to see on the next one of these. What do you want to talk about? Tell us your stories. We try to get back to you. No promises.
We do. We try to get back to you and friend you on Facebook. I'm doing pretty good at friending all of you on Facebook. My Facebook page actually filled up, so I've got to move off some inactive accounts because there's so many of you there now, and we so appreciate it.
Yeah, and I don't know how to friend you on Facebook because I have that 5,000 on Patti Negri, but follow me on Patti Negri and like Patti Negri Psychic Medium. Because I don't know. I can't have any more pages. I just can't.
And like me just at Sheena Metal, and then my personal page is Sheena O Nair, like Sheena on air. Get it?
It took me a long time to get that. She's way too clever for my little brain.
I know how to outsmart Facebook, and here comes the cat. Also, we are Living with the Dead is what this project is called. We are at wearelivingwiththedead.com. So please go find us there. Right now it forwards to our fabulous Facebook page, but who knows where it will forward to in the future. And all of our videos are there, and pictures, and you can leave comments, and you can follow us, and we have all kinds of things planned, including maybe doing like a live event soon where we get some folks together and bring Belle and do something fun. So we're planning all kinds of stuff. It's all coming, my friends, right now. Also, if you go to my youtube.com/Sheena Metal, the videos are all up there, and they're all going up there. So that's another place for them to live.
And they'll be on mine too. It's Patti Negri's YouTube page. Find both of us. She's at SheenaMetal.com, right? I'm at PattiNegri.com. We're all at LivingWithTheDead.com. Belle does not have Belle.com yet, but that's okay.
We are LivingWithTheDead.com.
Oh yeah, we are living.
And I have a kind of a groovy spiritual paranormal radio show. It's called Haunted Playground at LA Talk Radio. If you go to hauntedplayground.com, you can find out more about that, because our life is just ghosts and spirits.
Ghosts and spirits. My next, the new season of Ghost Adventure starts on the 24th, just this weekend. My next episode with Zach and the guys is on March 31st. It should be a good one, not overly scary, but a good one. But a really good music, LA. Check it out. Alley of something.
And we want to hear your stories about living with the dead and about the spirits in your life that are positive. Like my mom is always with me and helps me in my work a lot. We just passed the 2-year anniversary of her death. And so she's always with me, always working with me. And I wouldn't want her to cross over or move on. She knows what she's doing. She goes home, she comes here, she goes back home, she comes here. A lot of spirits know how to drift back and forth between the realms. So you don't necessarily need to banish them all away. If they're good spirits, let them hang out in your life and see what you can learn from them, you know?
They give us solace, information, comfort, crazy information. We give them that sense of vitality of life that they don't have anymore.
Absolutely.
That's what they get, those sparks of life.
Absolutely.
That's why Belle likes it when we talk to her and play with her. That's why our moms come visit.
Yeah, exactly. I think mine also is a Scorpio mother. And she used to always say, what's the difference between a Scorpio mother and a Rottweiler? Eventually the Rottweiler lets go. That was her joke that she used to tell and then laugh.
On that note, thank you very much. Have a beautiful night, everybody. Share this with your friends. This will be up soon, not live. Follow us, Patti Negri, Sheena Metal.
Yes. Follow us on Facebook.
Belle the Haunted Doll. We are livingwiththedead.com.
We are living with the dead, and we know you are too. Thanks for hanging out with us and sharing your stories. We hope you liked ours, and we'll see you next time with another new video. In the meantime, we are livingwiththedead.com. I'm so glad I'm doing this with you.
I am so glad.
Our child.
Wait, she said,